just off to the,
A lot of families move down. It is more family oriented.
Yeah.
A lot of people move northeast out of the area to escape the warm weather. Or escape the cold weather and the warm weather.
It was 53 degrees yesterday. 53.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, wise and probably not much warmer in Philly. Isn't that where you said you were?
Yeah, I grew up in Philly.
Yeah.
So I don't. What I don't miss is, and New York doesn't feel this, but it's that comes with like my son was I'd be running it, in the morning, and when I first got down here, people would wait.
Yeah.
You're like, who's that person? And then you go back home and it becomes contagious because you're like, hey, how's it going? The guy's like, yeah, here you go, buddy, right there. And I'm like, come on, man, seriously.
I know. I just said to this total stranger on the side of the road. She's like, I'm from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. I said, well, who says you guys aren't friendly? She's like, yeah, it's because I've been down here. So. Hi.
Can I get you anything to drink? Some water?
Just a water for right now, but maybe I'll grab something.
I already started on the cocktail.
Oh, you
So
did?
are you okay with that?
You know, it's fine. Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir.
Give me 1 minute.
Get you some water.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there something you would like to eat too?
No, I'm okay.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm actually meeting some friends for early-ish dinner. So.
All right, awesome.
Yeah. What's your cocktail of choice? It looks like something. I was gonna say it looks like a brown liquor in there.
Crown's my favorite.
Is it? Do you mix it or
A
no?
little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to see me with drinking Crown without a mixer in there and not with enough
Is that
food.
Crown and soda or?
Feels
Yeah,
right.
smells right. Yeah. I might just get one of their like girly cocktails. But
They have some very good ones.
I know. This place actually started in Providence, Rhode Island. I grew up in that area in Massachusetts. Yeah, and I was actually listening to I listen to a lot of podcasts because I transit a lot. Yeah. Do you listen to? Are you into podcasts at all?
I do. I like I listen to TED Talks.
Oh yeah.
I will tell you that the other side outside of TED Talks that I'm really getting into is I am a strong Christian guy, so I love listening to like certain Christian speakers. Versus in some other topics. We have a really good, in particular, I want a really good church that I go to, which is pretty far from my house. But the speaker is like, when I go there, I'm really
What denomination is it?
I'm really not denominational. I'm just purely like flat out Christian. I'm
Like
not.
Protestant?
I grew up Catholic, I guess.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
grew up
Yeah. Sure. Catholic. Okay.
But I'm weird.
But the church is like
I'm not as big like religious aspect as I am about the faith of just being a Christ follower. And so yeah, the church I go to, I guess they would say that they're Wesleyan, right? They have a Wesleyan background, which is a Protestant background.
Yep.
But they would say they're definitely non-denominational. And
Thank you.
the guy who presents, doing okay for right now?
Do you have what kind of vodka do you have?
6 months into the pretty cool bar, so you're one
Do you have Belvedere?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I get a Belvedere martini, but extra dirty and with extra olives?
Yeah, do you like regular olives?
Yeah, blue cheese stuffed olives would be good. Thank you. Thanks.
Gentlemen, how we doing? Good, dude.
So yeah, I listened to this guy, Pastor Benji. I really like him because he's like, I got a
Is he like a Joel Osteen?
Joel. See, that tells you I'm not that big into it. Like,
Okay.
But this guy's really eclectic in his approach. Like the difference between eclectic and crazy, they always say is money. So maybe he's just maybe he's maybe that.
That's good
maybe he's crazy
that's
in
good
some
advice.
form,
Yeah.
Some form of fashion, but
The difference between eclectic and crazy is money.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you crazy or are you eclectic?
I'm very eclectic. I'm very eclectic. So, but anyway, he just does really interesting sermons in the sense of like he'll do stuff like he'll bring us sex component of things, so it's not always about the aspect of it. So he did one called like After Movies. And he brought in like Tony Stark, right, which is the Iron Man character. Right?
Oh yeah.
And Tony Stark's like this playboy guy who, you know, grew up being like a silver spoon baby. His dad dies. He takes over the business, and the business is the business of like weapons and mass destruction. And so he wants to go over and see what's going on. And so this, like, as he's over there, he gets ambushed. He gets thrown off out of the Humvee, and that becomes Iron Man, by the way. But as he like hides behind this rock, this missile comes down and it says Stark Enterprises on it, which is his company, and it blows up, and then that's how he winds up becoming like Iron Man without going too much to details.
Yeah.
But he took this whole settlement, this section of this theme, and basically said, isn't it interesting in life that which blows up in our face often has our name on it?
Interesting.
And I thought that was a very kind of
You guys should start going to that church.
And I just thought that like for me that was like, you know, when I grew up going to Catholic churches like that, it was like you're like, you know, I could not
It's
stand
so
going to church, but to this was like really, it was very impactful about the idea of that, and it's true, like you sit there and you think about things that go wrong in your life, like what do you own, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, I even see it like we get a lot coming early on, but even from a society perspective, I think that we have an issue with this. Like people are looking to blame, where
it's never anyone else. It's never your own fault.
You start to disarm people like I thought it was great, and you're coming, you know, based upon what you told me. I've been married for 19 years ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so, as I am, you know, listening to him, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, there's even fights that I have with my wife. It's like, how many times have you been in a fight where you're like, it's 100% your fault, not mine?
Right.
Like, at some point, you can always sit there and say, okay, well, I did do this one little thing wrong, right? So own that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And it becomes so much more disarming when you're sitting there and you're like, hey, what we do is we justify in our own mind. We're like, well, you're 90% wrong, and I'm only 10% wrong, so you should be taking most of the issue.
Right.
But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's like, if you just sit there and say, hey, listen, this whole thing that's going on, this is the part that I owe.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry about that. All of a sudden, the other person's sitting there going,
What? Because they're getting ready to like get defensive and get in a fight.
They wanted to get into it. It's just by nature. It's not me. It's you. And so my viewpoint on it is, as I took out that, like that section of it, to me, there's lots of little things like, for me, I don't see it as church aspect, but I don't look for those types of pastors. Like, because I normally don't get into that aspect of it. What I get into is I get into the stuff like, there's a great book out there about relationships called The 5 Love Languages.
Oh yeah, I know it. Wow. Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, like, until I got into that, I didn't really realize.
What's your language?
Mine is acts of service.
Is it really? Okay.
And by the way, last on my list is words of affirmation.
That's my number one.
And that's my wife's number one. And by the way, it's so challenging for me because if I'm being candid about like where you're learning way too much about me, but it's but I guess if you're gonna give somebody money, you might as well learn about it.
So he goes to he's a church-going guy. He's doing his solid marriage. His language is that of service. Okay, keep going.
Those are mine. Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Okay.
but for me, my acts of or words of affirmation is challenging. Probably to go there.
Interesting.
Like, if you sit there and you think about it, it's like, I don't need someone to tell me that you're great at something. I don't need that aspect of it.
But you feel appreciated if someone does something nice for you.
Yes. So mine are for my.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You'll never recover that in the workforce, but you'll have to.
So,
take care of.
My wife. Oh, you're the best. There's a side of me subconsciously that goes, how are you doing that? Right? Like, in the back of my mind, there's a subconscious element of it like that.
Yeah.
Where she needs me to sit there and go, what we did was so crazy.
Yeah.
That's not by nature. It's not, and so I have to work really, really hard at it. Where we connect, though, is both of our number twos and time. So spending time with each other and
Yeah. Wait, so I think I got them all, because I read it a while ago. Service, time, affirmation, gifts,
Physical, and gift.
fists, and gift. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Most men will oftentimes say that they're physical.
Physical,
You know,
okay.
they do, but I mean, don't get me wrong, I think those are awesome aspects, but it's like, but that's not my, like.
It's not your number one thing. Yeah.
And you know, when you read it, you're kind of like, you've seen those people that feel like they have to have this public displays of affection, like,
Yeah.
that's how they're showing their love, and I've always been like, oh, like, just get a room, I don't need that.
Yeah.
But that's the way they.
Interesting. I think it's down the gender line that words of affirmation is probably most women's.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Although I shouldn't stereotype. I've got one that works for me who's very she grew up in athletics, and her dad loved her, but her dad is kind of tough on her.
Mm-hmm.
Tough on her, so I don't think she needs to hear the words of affirmation as much.
Yeah.
She believe it or not, is a gift person. What I've noticed is that she is little things. Just little, it doesn't have to be like expensive stuff. It's just like, I'm thinking of you here.
Interesting. Yeah, and
She gravitates towards that stuff. It's amazing to me. But
Interesting. Yeah, no, it's a very good tool, not just for like romantic relationships, but I think for just people skills in general. Because I've after I read that, I started to see how everyone responds to things.
You know, in the work environment, right?
Yeah, I mean, you see how people. I mean, focus groups aside, but just interpersonally, that's how people relate to one another. They each have their own thing that they value as important in a relationship. So, yeah. But anyway,
enough, like the story when you read it, the thing that I thought was so intriguing was the one that I connected with the story the most of, like the guy's a psychologist talking about how he's seen these relationships get screwed up, and oftentimes people are doing what they think is right, but they're just speaking their own love language versus what the other person says. So in this particular case, I'm doing an example of husband and wife who've been married for years. He comes home from work, and he's an acts of service guy, so it's like, I'm cooking you dinner, and then I'm going to clean the dishes, and I'm gonna do all sorts of stuff for you, and I do it every night. Meanwhile, the wife is all about time. So when she comes home, she's like, so how's your day? And he's cooking away. Fine, good.
Yeah.
And she's like, so tell me about your day. Oh, and meanwhile, when they finally go to like the psychologist, the guy who's writing the book, he's like sitting there saying, you guys just don't speak your own love language.
Right.
Like he is sitting here when she's like, well, he doesn't love me, he doesn't spend time, he doesn't do all this other stuff. And he's like, are you kidding me? I cook dinner and I wash the dishes, I work a whole day's worth of work, and I come home and do this other stuff. And it's like, holy cow, you start witnessing the fact that it's like, different.
And you have to realize that early on, or else there goes the relationship.
It becomes very, very difficult.
Yeah, it's very, very true. There's been a good friend of mine. This is not my personal story, but a good friend of mine she's now divorced, but her husband's was acts of service, and she just she wasn't domestic. Like, she just hated to cook, hated to clean, whatever. So he always interpreted that as being like loved, which is, because that's how he defined, whatever. And hers was like, her first one was like physical, which I thought was kind of strange, but whatever. And it was just, whatever, life,
Well, my wife is not gifts, like hers is last is gifts.
That her last is gifts.
Which is crazy, because a lot of her friends will sit here and say, like, I have to admit, I'm definitely probably like a metrosexual type of guy, like in the context of like, I love like good clothes and stuff like that, right?
Well, you look very nice.
So I'm just like, so I only go out to grab my wife like clothes, because she won't go shopping.
Yeah.
And so her friends are always like, so that's beautiful. And she's like, oh yeah, Steve picked it up for me. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, he chops for me. And they're like
shocked.
But to her, she's dismissive of that. Because my wife, when you kind of meet her, she's a jeans and t-shirt type of girl. She's just not it's not, like, we're opposite in that. Well, I don't say opposite. I'm still jeans and t-shirt, but type of guy. A little bit.
Well, opposites attract, so.
Yeah. But it's unique. But I have to work hard at her aspect of it, because It is totally foreign to me. I mean,
Yeah.
her number one is my absolute last license by a long shot. I don't need anybody to tell me.
But if it's for her, then you know that, and that could be your service. is affirming
Yeah.
her whatever situation. Yeah, whatever. So.
Now you gotta tell me more about you.
Well, I already told you what my love language is.
Well, what
Words of affirmation.
what truly happened? Like,
I think I need more than one martini for that. No, it was just it was a very long-term relationship, and we were never married. And
did you wish you were?
well, yes, it's like Real Housewives reality story, but
Can I ask you a
yeah.
question, though? That's kind of common. My cousin is New York's a big place, but my cousin was a rock addict, right? She was has been, and now she is like her lifestyle is a yoga instructor now. I mean, she's gorgeous. She actually at one point dated Prince Albert. I mean, she's a knockout. But she's in the New York scene.
Yeah.
She's got she's probably only about 4 or 5 years older than she is now at this point. But he ain't getting married.
Yeah.
And he's flat out said,
Yeah.
it ain't happening.
Yeah.
And the challenge that I think, like I've talked to her about this, is that, which it sounds like you guys at least had something, and she's been something for like 15 years, but he's always like, hey, just stop
13. Yeah.
Stop what you're doing and come with me to Europe. And it's like, we had conversations, her name's Annie, and I'm like, Annie, like, at the end of the day, if something like he just decides to stop, what's the backup? Like,
Yeah.
Because meanwhile, you're like
You can tell her you have a potential client that this is what happens, right?
And he always just says that he will take care of it, but it's like I don't know how that really
what that translates into, because you have no standing.
And
Yeah.
he's very successful, very wealthy guy.
Yeah.
He's done very, very well. But what I picture is like, then he stops and just travels, and then he's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
It was nice, but I'm on to a younger version now, or something along those lines, and it's like, well, wait a minute, where's all your, like, what happened to business, what happened to everything else?
Yeah, no, similar. I mean, I could tell you, I have hours of my whole personal drama. I've made some poor decisions in my life, mostly on relationships, but but yeah, no, I mean, we never, so he had like a legal separation for years from somebody else, and we never got married, and so we had no legal, relationship, and so literally, and he's 10 years older, and he's in finance, he's a hedge fund guy, and basically when we decided to split, we sort of drew up sort of an agreement that he thought he was taking care of me, but it's like this is really nothing compared to what it would have been had we had a legal arrangement. So, but life goes on. So it wasn't going to end up well anyway.
Why did it separate?
So
Did you not?
I mean, it's just a whole host of things. But yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't say he's not like well known, but he's been in the hedge fund community in New York for a while, and it's just a host of different things. Not any one thing. Incompatible love languages could be one of them. He also had previous relationship with children that I basically had adopted as my own, and
Tough.
yeah,
Really tough.
And I never thought I'd end up in this situation. I really never thought I would, and I could kick myself because I didn't. I counted on that financially, and I never, I could have gone in a different direction career-wise, and I didn't. So I'm not dumb, but life happens. So yeah, I'm educated. I have an MBA, and I just didn't I kind of put that aside for this, and now I'm basically completely reinventing my entire life.
Are you excited about that?
Yeah, I am excited.
Are you?
I'm excited to like relocate and do something different, and be in a different environment and get out of the nuttiness. I'm tired. I am so tired of that culture. I'm so tired of it.
Describe what you think of everybody else when you say that.
It's just constant. It's. I'm so sick of calendaring out my social obligations like 2 months out. I'm tired of the keeping up, sort of appearances thing, and just like I'm on that treadmill, and I'm tired of the pace. I'm tired of all that stuff, and I'm tired of the weather. I'm for the first time like completely unencumbered now. I have no strings at this point, and I'm just happy to take this opportunity to like go someplace different and do some. I mean, I'm not doing anything different career-wise, but build that up again, because I let my career languish for so many years. That sort of like, what's her name, Annie? Like, it was the same thing. I would forego sort of things that I knew I had responsibility for career-wise or job-wise, and I would go on vacation or go to St. Bart's and go do this and go do that, and it's great, but there's a cost to it. Exactly. So I just want a simpler life, I want a house on a cul-de-sac and with a slower pace of life, better weather, and friendlier people. And I don't want people to know who I am. I don't want people judging, and I don't want people looking, and so I don't know what I'm doing, really, frankly, because I relied so much financially on the situation that we had, and things like that. So here I am, trying to get everything back to like put everything in place. It's fine. I've got a great support system. So.
Who is your biggest support system?
My mother and my friends. She's up in the Boston area, but she and her husband are retirement shopping here. So I'll probably end up in South Carolina, but it's close enough. I mean, they'll probably end up in South Carolina. Yeah.
Now why?
Because he has my stepfather has a son that's in Columbia, and they may try to find. They're looking right now because there's no one up there anymore. All their people are here, their family. So they're going to be close by.
So you're an only child.
Just me.
Was your dad still alive?
He passed away. Yeah.
When you were younger or recent?
No, recent. Well, when I was an adult. Yeah, no. He had cancer, so. Yeah, thank you. So, but my mom remarried actually to someone she met on Match.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
In her 60s. That's so. I mean.
And how many children does he have?
2.
Okay, and are you close with him?
I don't really know him. He seems fine. He treats her well. They, yeah, I mean, she's happy. And I couldn't have asked for anything better, because life hands you, she made lemonade. I mean, she really did. So she's fine.
That's good.
So they've been like in,
how long have they been together now?
Oh gosh, it'll be 5 years, 6 years. Yeah, no, very new. But they've looked at, where have they looked at? They've looked at Kiowa.
It was great.
Charleston.
It's hot though.
It is hot, yeah. I think they'll probably keep a place up in Massachusetts, because it's probably maybe. They've looked at Greenville, South Carolina.
By the way, it's a very popular growing area, but it's just depends on where they're coming from.
Yeah, I think that's not their thing. They've looked at Outer Banks, which they really liked. So
Crystal Coast is really good. Like, there's a difference between the Outer Banks and the Crystal Coast. We used to own
where's Crystal Coast?
pretty much like Emerald Isle down to like they may have really, I mean, that's where my parents moved to, which is Emerald Isle area. But like Crystal Coast, Emerald Isle, Wilmington, and oh gosh, what's the last there? Like Bald Head Island down there. What is that? Holden Beach. But that Crystal Coast area, I think it's the water's warmer, it's a prettier place. Okoko's is gorgeous. It's just that water is warmer.
Yeah,
I like the warm water.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I've owned property in Bald Head. I've owned property in Emerald Isle. We had a home in Emerald Isle up until last February.
Okay.
And for my wife, again, we talk about the things that, like, it was just a little weird. We'd get down to the beach house, and we owned that place for 13 years. So it was kind of one of those things where it was like, got down there, and if something was wrong, I'm like, that really sucks that you have to fix that like sprinkler system because I'm up at the beach. And Amy was like, I hate it.
Right.
So we went to like Greece and Egypt about a year or 2 years ago, and when she came back, she was like, that's it. I only want to do vacations like that. And her whole justification was what we spend, and it was smart. She comes to me with the financial side of stuff. She comes to me and she's like, let me tell you what it costs to run this house.
Yeah, it's better to take great vacations.
And I was like, when I finally looked at them, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, 'cause I always thought it was a really good investment. And she's like, not really, because when you think about what you spend in it versus, I could, what I had in it, we could have done like 4 Greece and Egypts.
Right.
And it was like, what are you talking about? So when we did, we just built a place in Costa Rica, and Amy's like, when we did that one, she's like, but you throw that in the business, because I don't want to have to manage it, your staff will manage it.
That's amazing.
But I'm not doing it. So.
Do you go there a lot? Or do you rent it out? Or?
I do rent it, yeah. And
that's my dream vacation. That's where I want to go. Yeah.
Oh, well, wait till you see this place. I will, if you don't mind me, like.
No, sure.
I'll show this to you, and it is so cool. So I call it the House of the Beloved Princess because it's
the House of the Beloved Princess.
Yeah, because Beloved is Amy, which is my wife's name, and Princess is my daughter Sarah. So this is the website, but this is really cool. I'll show this to you. This is the video of it.
Oh my gosh.
So, it's coming in the front door.
Oh my gosh, it is amazing.
Wait till you see the outside alone. Pretty cool, huh?
It's gorgeous. It is. Oh, look at that infinity pool.
Yeah, it's actually dangerous for young people, though. I gotta tell you.
Is it really?
Yeah, because that cliff is so steep.
But the pool. Oh, look at the back. I mean, did you build it?
We
or?
did.
I love the floors.
The floors though are like actual tile that looks like wood. Though.
I was gonna say that probably that infinity pool looks amazing, and it's so secluded.
Yeah. It's in a place called Cocoa Bay, which is like on the Pacific side. And
did you buy the land and then have it?
I did. What happened was I went down there. The guy that was developing it had 2 projects going on. He was looking for investors, and I went down there. I'm not a big development guy.
Yeah.
I like multifamily housing stuff. So but the guy told me, hey, you gotta come down and see it and see what we're doing. So I got down there, and I'm like, he's like showing me around. It was an awesome week, and I'm like, he's like, so what do you think? You want to invest? And he took me on the top of this, like where this property was, like the premier property. And I go, it is beautiful. And Julian, I have had such a great time with you. This is an amazing place. Well, I'm not going to invest in the property, but I'll buy this right here. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'll buy this piece of land right now. And he goes, well, it's not for sale. This is like one that me and my partner own to the top of the mountain. I'm like, what are you asking for? So he asked for it. He's like, this is what? And I'm like, I'll take it. So I told my wife, it was hilarious. I called her. I'm like, hey, I need to wire this money. She's like, for what reason? And I'm like, she goes, is this business? I'm like, no, it's completely personal.
It's totally personal.
And she's like, are you sure about this? And I'm like, yeah. So anyway, then we basically bought the property, and I helped. I didn't want to build anything for a while. I went a couple years, and then Amy, when we got into the whole thing about selling property, like we bought this really monstrous farm here in Raleigh.
Yeah, you were telling me that you have a big horse farm.
Real big farm.
Yeah.
And it becomes a lot of just, it does. It's a lot of activity. We got really good helpers and workers out there, but it's still a lot. There's always activity to do. And so Amy's like, I just want to get rid of the property. All of our properties other than the farm.
Other than the farm.
And so I said, okay. So my chief investment officer said, hey, I'll go down with you and we'll scope it out. And I'll tell you what I think the price could be. I'll analyze it. So we went down there. He's like, I would not sell this thing. He goes, you build something on here, it will become a rental machine.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll get the property. We'll create royalty rights through. I have two companies: Vision Plus Wealth Management, Vision Plus Capital. Vision Plus Capital is where I do all my M&A, more like, I don't want to say hedge fund stuff because I don't do hedge funds, but a lot of hedge fund guys, like hedge funds, you're supposed to be hedging within something.
Yeah.
Most of the time they just are buying shitload stuff.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's all they're doing.
I mean, yeah, very blurry line between private equity, hedge funds, and
I would say I'm definitely private equity. I'm not. I'm M&A and private equity. I'm not and I'm so small days. Like I'm $30 million on that side of it. But
that's not bad. I mean, that's sizable.
It's just small in the grand scheme of like that aspect. So we but you make like so. In fact, actually, this is the thing that I have to worry about compliance-wise going forward is that on one end, wealth management side, I'm a fiduciary. On the other side, I'm actually, so fiduciary means you're looking out for your
for other people's money, or yeah.
And on the hedge fund side, the hedge fund, people are investing in you, and your job is to make money.
And they assume the risk.
And there's certain risk, right? So we have to figure that out long term because we've had the SEC come in last August, September, and they're kind of like this whole fiduciary role is becoming more and more. And at some point, I think there's a possibility in this regulatory environment that they could break it up or force us to break it up because
to break up the two companies.
Because I own both, and so there's a conflict of interest.
Right.
Now I disclose all that, and I've had conversations with my investors because a lot of the investors that are in that side of it are like, dude, I'm getting like an 8% annualized return, and I have for like since 2009. So I'm not interested in.
Like, I don't want to talk to you.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want you telling me that you're going to try to break this off, right? Like, I mean, but I have to be cautious of how we go forward with what that looks like.
Now, do you personally have like a Series 7 and a Series whatever?
I don't do commission.
7 and 20.
24 is 24? The 7 is.
And there's a 50 something too, isn't there?
Yeah, 50. I think it's 51 or 52. I'm not really big on the broker side of things.
Right.
Here's my take on it, so I'll give it to you. Like the big companies, and again, it sounds hypocritical of what I just described, right? But I charge no fees if somebody invests on the Vision Plus Capital side, 0 fees. I only make money on the big above and beyond that, so I'm using their capital to make a bigger return.
So you're okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you just you're sourcing capital for investments. Then that's it. Yeah. No, that's.
I don't charge a fee.
So you don't charge. You shouldn't because it's their money. Yeah. Right. That makes sense.
I'm advising you on something that I'm going to make more money on, right? You know what I'm saying? Like so. Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
So you're soliciting capital for whatever project.
Correct.
And you give your investors like prospectuses on
PPMs and subscription agreements and stuff like that. So you go down that path, and I've had success on that element of it, but it's very transactional, like a broker.
Yeah.
The broker in the broker world, like whether or not it's me or somebody else, what I would educate people was that they are transactional based. The problem that you have with that, and they're trying to change it regulatory wise, where they are. That's why the fiduciary role is coming into such a big deal. the thing is that if I'm a Series 7, if I'm a stockbroker, and I tell you, hey, you should go buy Apple, and it doesn't turn out to be good, I get my 3% rip on it.
No matter what, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you give me $1 million and I put it into a portfolio, I get 3%, I get me 30 grand.
Yeah.
Now, that's it, I'm done, until I can convince you that you should be going into something else.
Right, and then you get the transaction. I saw Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I know how it works.
So that's basically how they do it. The dilemma they have with that is that for larger accounts, like $1 million account, the way that they're going to make money is what they call churning, which is illegal, but it's still that's what they're doing. They're basically going, hey, I got something new for you. For the fee-based advisor, which is what my business model on, is that I charge 1%. So if it's 1.5, whatever it is, let's use round numbers, 1%, it's easy. On $1 million, 1%, you're making $10,000 a year. If the account goes down, you're making less money. If the account goes up, you're making more money.
So there's an incentive for everybody. Yeah, rising tide.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you're like, hey, I definitely want this account to work. Where if I charge you 3%, it doesn't matter after I make the transaction.
Right, the transaction's one time. Yeah. And then obviously if you're not performing, people are going to pull their money anyway. So
and so that fee-based role is the thing that I think, by the way, I think the industry is going there. Now, here's where I would tell you that the industry is missing that now. So the old lady who is a secretary who has saved $100,000 and that's her whole life savings, and she wants now investment advice. That client is going to get charged 1%, and that guy's going to make $1,000 a year. What do you think his service model is going to look like?
Yeah, he's going to just say, here's an index fund.
Correct.
Yeah.
So my viewpoint on it is, if you allow the smaller accounts to be charged with commission, you're going to get more attention by your advisor. He's not going to take advantage of it because he's going to be like, hey, let me look out for her.
Yeah.
Let me see what's going on. Let's analyze this stuff, and they'll charge accordingly. And I think that's where the regulatory bodies are missing. In a smaller account size, it's like I'm not getting out of bed for $1,000, right?
Of course, yeah.
So $1,000 a year, like they're not gonna get my time or day. So that's when people sit there and say, well, "What's your minimum?" Well, like I don't tell people that I have a minimum, but at the end of the day, if you don't have a certain threshold, well, it's not
worth it for you because it's 1%.
Yeah. Like I would turn to you and say, it's not going to work out. What you want from me, I'm not going to be able to deliver you what your service model is, all the other stuff. So it's basically the way I think the industry is going.
So what are these things that are giving you good returns? And how do I get into that?
The big thing for you is, it depends. Like, I'll give you my viewpoint on it. It's like, there's 4 areas. Let's take them down to the 4 areas that you have to focus on. And I tell this to every client too, as well as like say your process, right?
Yeah.
Each client's unique, but to me, can I use your pen?
Yeah, sure.
Well, actually, I can pull out mine.
There you go. Do you need paper?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it.
Okay, I have some. Is that a pen box?
It is, yeah.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Get somebody like a fellows, and it could be a mutual beneficial relationship. Maybe they're
So I believe that people who come to our firm, we talked about this a little bit, there's an unarticulated need that everybody walks in with the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And it's unique to them, but it's the exact same thing. And that is they look for balance. And nobody will ever say this. So if I sit here and say, so why'd you call me? You're sitting there going, well, I read you on the website and I think you can give me really good returns or something like that. They'll talk about returns. They'll talk about, I'm making a move and I need to change or something, whatever it is. But really what they're searching for is balance. The balance is between their life and their mind. The life side of it is unique to every client. That's where I sat down and said, how would you know what success looks like in a year from now? The way you answer that is going to be different than anybody else I sit down with, right? What I will tell you is, here's the thing that's interesting. Nobody has ever, maybe you'll be the first, when I basically say, in a year from now, how will we be successful? They go, 8.3% return. Like, nobody ever gives a flat return,
Yeah.
but the industry has brainwashed us to sit there and give people, what's your real return? What's your performance? What's this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, performance should be relative to what's important to the person's life, right? Like, that's what drives them.
Yeah.
And so, the life side is unique. I go through what I call, and you heard me on the phone talk about it, visions, values, and goals.
Yep.
And each person, the system I go through is the same, but what makes it unique is how they respond to it. The same thing holds true to this side of it. There's only 4 things that anybody is looking for on the wealth side.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is cash flow management.
Yep.
Second one is wealth accumulation, growing and building wealth.
Yeah.
Third one is wealth preservation and protection. Make sure that my wealth gets protected and I can preserve it for long term.
Mm-hmm.
The last one is transfer of wealth. How do I move money around in the most tax advantageous way and for the purposes that I desire going forward?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the 4 things. Now, going into it, it's like algebra, right? Like the mathematics. Here's an MIT guy talking about the math. I already know what the X's and the Y's are, right? What I need to understand is how you're going to build those things out for me going forward, right? The formula's already there.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I walk through that process of it. And there's more psychology than there is anything. Like we were talking about love languages and all the other stuff. It's being able to read people and what they really mean. Because I will tell you, they don't mean it by nature, but I can assure you this from a marketing perspective, because it's only a marketing background, so I'll use this one. If you give a client a survey and you say, hey, give me some feedback on it, they're going to answer it the way they think you really want it,
perception
not the way it really is.
Yeah.
So I'll say I'm really green, yet I'm
image management.
I'm really green and I own a farm and I'm all on the lifestyle, yet I'm driving around in a black Escalade.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm green, I should be driving around in a Prius, right? Like, I mean, like I'm only green as much as it doesn't impact me, right? Like, so the same thing happens true with like clients I sit down with. They say one thing, it's not what they really mean. So that's why I asked the question a couple
you ask it different
times.
ways,
Ask it in a couple different ways. What do you really mean by that? So describe what that looks like and stuff like that. I'm really still going through the whole visions and values and goals, but I'm getting deeper in the context of really what do they mean? Yeah. And I'm not calling them a liar, so don't make it out to be like that.
I know. But you know what? People are not going to...
They don't tell you really the truth.
They don't tell you the truth, at least, not right away, because they want to put their best foot forward, right? And that totally makes sense.
And so what I do is in the beginning stages, I sit there and I go, I go through the vision, values, and goals conversation, but I'm constantly like asking similar types of questions to see if I'm getting similar answers.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to the wealth side of it, what I'm really looking at is like, so you say, so how do I get really good return? Return relative to what?
Right.
What are we trying to accomplish?
Yeah.
Really good returns, just that return base, then you might as well, you can get really good returns by putting it on black and red. You got a 50% shot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same thing. So for me, the first thing I start with is cash flow. And that's where you're getting into the stuff. I'm sitting talking to you like, what does your job look like? What do you think your lifestyle is going to look like? And by the way, here's the thing that's unique about you. The way it starts off is going to be different in a year from now. By the way, the positive side is, this is where the arrogance comes in a little bit. I can sit here and turn to you and tell you, that's the beautiful thing about my industry, is that if you're so dynamic that in a year from now things will be radically different. Because if it was static, it'd be over. I'd do it one time and it would be done.
Right.
But people don't live their life that way. They live it constantly, like it's always evolving and stuff like that. Things are changing. And so I believe that that's where the service model comes in. The service model, why you meet with somebody on a quarterly basis, kind of serves 2 elements. The first one is it's dynamic by nature. The people live dynamic by nature, and that's the nice, me being nice and saying, hey, that's why we want to meet with you dynamic. The other side of it is, if you're a wealthy person and you're not speaking to them, somebody else is. So
you want to maintain the relationship.
In that relationship, that kind of the business aspect of it, which is if you're not talking to them, somebody else will.
Someone else will be, and they'll take their money with them.
And so So my viewpoint on this, that's why I sit here and say that the active service model is very dynamic. We meet quarterly. Yes, you're busy, but we're going to be having a conversation.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking because you live a dynamic life. You'll get into the routine of busyness again, and what you're working hard for is for the money, right? Like your job is to produce resources, right? So we want to be smart about how we utilize it. So coming into this, we sit down and I started talking about like budget. What do you think you're really spending? What do you think that when you've got this windfall, how do we supplement that? It'll be different for you here. I mean, this is about as expensive as you're going to get.
Yeah.
I mean, this is New York.
Yeah.
But we go down across the street and we could go grab $2.50 beer
Right.
all day long, or you could touch in New York City a beer for $10.
Yeah.
Right? So my viewpoint on it is your buying power here, if it's equivalent. Like I've been living off of what I've been living off of in New York.
Yeah.
And I have a certain amount of income and I can come here.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the balance is like because, ideally, well, I'll be honest. This is probably what you want to hear because you're going to ask 5 different questions. I would love to take this money that I have, be able to put it into certain vehicles where I can get some liquidity, some income generated from it.
Income.
Yes.
Liquidity is that I get
able to
access
take it
to
out
whenever I want to.
Well, both. I'd like to get both. I'd like to do
That's
something.
a challenge right now, though. So I'm going to be the first one to tell you that. It's most things that produce a certain amount of income today are relatively illiquid. So, like, let's say we put you in a real estate investment, right? That could be a property, and I built that for probably about 8 years. I've got on the market for about 1.8 million right now, and I would sell it in a heartbeat for probably 1.5 if somebody wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
Right? It'll probably produce this year about $10,000 a month in income.
Yeah.
Right? 2 weeks. About $5,000 a pop. November, December, it'll produce more, but right around there. And there'll be months in which it doesn't produce. September and October, it won't produce as much.
Right.
Right? Bottom line, you get rid of liquidity.
Yeah, no, you'd have to dump it. No, you can't do it. You can do it, yeah.
And the reason for it is because Costa Rica, in that particular example, is the person who comes down there, it's got to be cash deals.
Right, of
They
course.
can't get bank
You can't get mortgages or anything like that. Yeah.
So it's one of those things where, it's great to wake up and get $10,000. And by the way, think about that as an investment. So I got about $700,000 into it, and I'm making $120,000 worth of income off of it a year.
That's
It's a great investment.
incredible investment.
Great investment.
Yeah.
But if I need the cash,
No, right.
I'm done. I can't, like,
Right. Well, you're getting 120,000.
but that's all you're getting.
Yeah.
That's all you're getting off of it.
But-
And by the way, you have to work for it. You
Yeah.
have to make,
Take another one.
I'll take one more.
But on the class action,
Take a little more water.
class action.
And so the illiquidity of it is that people, and unfortunately today's interest rates where people are looking for income,
Yeah.
they don't have the ability to get the liquidity. Like, hey, when I want money, I can pull it out when I want to, but also, by the way, I want a 5% return. Like,
Yeah.
interest rates are like, if you want liquidity, it's like,
Well, all right, then I'd say.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. I'd say probably then I'd rather have the income.
Yeah.
Because what I would love to do in an ideal world, and I don't know if this is possible, I would love to take that. I don't want to call it a windfall because I worked very hard for that. I would love to take that money and put it in something, in some vehicles, whatever, that I could generate income, and that income could be my income that I could live on. Well, I would love, and this is ideal. I know that's not possible.
oh wait, it's very possible.
It is?
Because let's put it in perspective. If you had $1 million or right around there, is what you were talking about. Let's say $1 million. Because there's a pushing for buying houses and all that stuff. But let's say
Yeah.
$1 million left over.
What if it was 2? Up to 2.
Okay, but let's, you can double if you want.
Okay.
Let's just do $1 million. I think you probably get something that produces some form of income at right around that, 7-8% return pretty consistently. So that's $80,000.
$80,000, right?
$80,000. That's $2 million. Now you're at 160. But the point of the matter is that you could here $160,000 to $200,000 in New York City lifestyle difference.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it really is that big of a difference.
Yeah. Right.
So now, if you're sitting here and you told me again, it's like you really mean it. I can say the exact same thing. So let's talk about what I really mean.
Yeah.
And I just want the simple lifestyle. I want a house with a cul-de-sac. Again, I'm almost like a reporter. I'm listening to everything that everybody talks about, right? I just don't want to have to calendar myself out for 2 months in advance, right? I don't want that social life where I've got that situation.
Yeah.
Not really. Here's why. Because I say the same thing. When you were saying it, I thought to myself, I know what she's talking about. Because I desperately want that until I have it, and then I get bored. And I get bored.
Yeah.
At my age right now, I get bored as shit with it. I mean, seriously, I'm just like, there's a side of me who loves the energy level that, like, listen, I'm leaving for Jacksonville tomorrow, and I come back on Friday, and then on Friday I got this going on.
Yeah.
On Saturday I got this, and on Sunday? Yeah, Sunday I got people coming over here, and then next week I'm traveling there, and then there's a side of me that sits here and goes, I do like that. Right? I do enjoy that. I enjoy that aspect of it. And so my concern is, do you really mean what you really mean?
I definitely mean.
Because here's the
I mean
thing.
on a lesser scale.
Because
for sure.
hey, Steve, I am. Here's the opposite side of the counter of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want anything to eat? Nope. I already got something scheduled for a light. I already got something planned for you. I'm literally here in town for only like a few days, but let me tell you how I got it calendared. Yeah, right. And so,
by the way, please feel free to order something. Now you're making me feel bad.
No, but that's the thing that I was. It's not that I'm feeling bad. It's just not, I'm trying to tell you how I do things, right? Like, and so my point on it is, Steve, I could live off $80,000. Turns out to be $150. You're gonna wind up disappointed, and it won't be because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. It's because we weren't honest about what it was gonna be. It's not hard for me to. And I'm just, again, I try to put, I'm using myself as an example, right? It's not hard for me to go blow through $10,000, $15,000 a month. You know, I like a nice watch, or a nice belt, or nice clothes, or whatever, you know, nice car, and all that stuff. But it's like a business. At some point, your personal life has to become a certain business when you're making a crazy amount of money, or the lifestyle sounds like you're working for a while, or you're stepping out of it, making a lot of money. And again, Amy and I live in this lifestyle. We blow money, and when I all of a sudden take a step back and I look, I'm like, we didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't tired of it. I just kind of regret the fact that I don't really spend that kind of money on that.
Yeah.
But what I found is that, you know, again, another great book, but there's a book out there called The Business of Happiness. It was written a number of years ago. But what he really talks about is experiences are the things that are going to be the things that are most important to you.
Yeah.
And carving out enough money for that, because the lifestyle that you have,
Yeah.
part of it, when you're like, even how you're describing it, hey, I was in this island, or I was doing this, and all that stuff, what you're really basically saying is, and I gave it up. But that real honest answer is, you should be glad that you did. Because all that money would have done is put you in a scenario where you wouldn't have gained those experiences. You gained those experiences.
Yeah.
You may have heartburn for where you're at right now and regret about it didn't turn out exactly well, but you have learned as a person, and you've gained experiences in the things that you've had. Those memories
No, and
are
I don't regret it.
Those memories are awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't regret it for a minute,
But see, that's counter than what you just described.
but
I made
truly,
stupid mistakes, and I'm not a dumb person.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But you're not. You made him as an educated person, knowing what you were doing going into him.
Yes. As my girlfriend said, you knew what you signed up for. And I did. I knew what I signed up for. And sometimes things don't turn out the way you want them to. And I do think the change of environment is exactly what I needed to do. So that's number one. Number two, I want to be able to really sort of take what I've gotten now out of it and multiply it and maximize it and do the best I can with it. So not as a like, you know, now I'll show you, I turned it into whatever, but just like I deserve this, I earned it. And I want to, like, wouldn't that be great if I could figure out a way to sustain myself on that, and or at least for sure supplement, but also just like be able to, in a way, reward myself in a way. I mean, it sounds a little funny,
but you can. Again, we have never. I hope you appreciate this. I didn't dive into exactly your numbers off the bat. You know, I mean, I felt like you wanted to, but my viewpoint was I wanted to understand.
And I appreciate that.
I wanted you to understand more of my process. And I wanted you to understand how the way I was looking at things in the context of, like, if you understand the person first, then you can understand the money situation. If you understand the person, believe it or not, this side is the easy side. This side is the more challenging side, right? Like, this I got like in the back of my hand. This one, I find it's unique every time I sit down with somebody.
Well,
And so, you know, what does that look like cash flow wise? Am I gonna buy a house? Yes, I am, but not right away. Great. So where are you gonna live? What's the rent gonna be? Are you gonna live downtown? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna how's it gonna look? Well, I don't know. But I don't know what I'm investing in. Right? Because the first thing I'm gonna start with is, what do you need? Well, I have this job that I'm transferring down, my company's working, and I make X amount of dollars off of it. Great. Does that cover all of your costs? And the answer to that is yes. Then we have a cushion to play with that then becomes, it's all luxury up to you up to that point of what you want to do with that money. How much more do we want to spend above and beyond? What does that look like? So that's the cash flow. But in relation to what purposes, at what point do you want to pop smoke? You know, I said financial independence, we talked about this. A lot of the corporate executives I work with, I always say financial independence, but I always, you know, if you had to know me for the first time, I just told you I'm a pretty good guy, like in the context of, like, when I make the statement, it's just a little point. And I always say, F you money is what they want. I'm not going to have to worry about you. And by the way, to a certain extent, as I heard you on the phone, you sounded a little bit this way to me. Right? It was like, hey, I got this, and I don't need nobody anymore, right? Like, it was at me money, right? Which I related to, but what you're really saying is this financial independence. What does it mean to say, I don't need anybody? I don't need the job, I don't need a guy, I don't need this, I don't need that.
And you heard me just say that, too. That's sort of what, that would be my...
And I heard it on the phone, and I was kind of like, I got what she was going at, and so that was your value. Your value is financial independence. Here's the thing that I warned you on. 18 months from now, that may not be your driver. I and this is not a revenge investment. I mean, no, I've learned enough to understand that.
I'm in a situation where I never managed our finances. I never did. I trusted him, and I just left it. I really was ignorant to what anything cost, and I was ignorant to what we actually had and what we didn't. I really was ignorant to it. I didn't understand if it was a certain amount of money or if it was that plus a zero at the end of it. I had no idea. And for the first time, I'm kind of understanding what I have and what I can play with and what I can do and what some opportunities are. Maybe it's crazy, investments. I'd find out like, we bought, a building in downtown Detroit during their revitalization. Oh, great. Okay. Thanks for, the money went here or there, and that was part of the relationship, and to my detriment now because life changes and things change. But I went in with both eyes open. I still have both eyes open, and now I'm exploring options. I'm wondering what I can do now. That's what I'm wondering how I'm wondering, could I live off of it here? Not in New York City, but here. Could I live off of it? Could I buy it?
$1 in New York City, no.
No,
Here, yeah.
Could I buy a place for only $500,000 and be able to?
It would be huge.
Or
$500,000 would be
not inside the Beltline though.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, it depends on what you're. Again, here's what I'll tell you. So, get it from a guy who's from Philadelphia. So, inside the Beltline on the cul-de-sac, you're going to have that judgment thing that you were just talking
No,
about.
I meant that
Because
facetiously, the cul-de-sac thing, facetiously.
But here's the reason why I would tell you that is that inside the Beltline is well thought of. You want that aspect of it, but here's the thing: inside the Beltline, in the like a suburb area of inside the Beltline, it's like what church did you go to, what high school did you come from,
Right.
where did you do?
And I don't want Wisteria Lane or something. I don't want that.
That's Glenwood Avenue, right? Like you've got like this North Hills area up here, downtown that's really becoming revitalized. If you want that now, it's definitely not going to be New York City.
Right.
It's going to be.
There's some cool spaces
There's
though.
Ashley Christensen and the restaurant scene down there, and the guy named Greg Tatum. That's where my office is. I mean, I know that scene down there well. I have an apartment down there.
And I thought, one or two things.
But
One of those lofts.
I did, yeah. And it's great.
Yeah.
I do it because when my staff comes into town,
Or he's being disingenuous.
you know, I have a place that they can stay.
It's just a challenge.
Like,
It's just best.
I understand, I can do that. But,
So I could have stayed there, Sean?
you could have, yeah.
Next time.
So, and we have an office in Charlotte,
Right.
an office in Charleston, and an office in Richmond. So we're a southeast firm.
Southeast, yeah.
But and that's where we want to stay. I mean, we have clients all over, but our presence is in the southeast.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where I would tell you is that
You get a big lead, you stick your head in the
you know, you could go to $500,000 house is going to, in most cases, be between a 3,500 and 4,500 square foot home.
Yeah.
3-4 bedrooms.
Which is actually too big for me. I don't want that big. I don't want that.
Downtown, you could buy, a really like 2-3 bedroom cool place for $350 to $500. And I mean, that would be
It is mind-boggling when I look at real estate here.
2,200 square feet,
Yeah.
2,500 square feet.
Yeah.
I mean, not like what you find in New York. Because I used to live on Prince and Green Street. I didn't. It was like a $10 million flat there.
Yeah.
And that was, it was.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's crazy.
It was a $10 million flat, and it might have been 2,000 square feet. And people were like, how did you get this? There were companies at the time.
Yeah.
But I was like, we're a portfolio trade company, and you pull up, the elevator would come up, and there would be this big open monster loft, like 2,000 square feet. And people were like, my first time somebody came up, they're like, what do you think this thing costs? Anybody know exactly how much it costs? And this was like 15, 20 years ago. It was $12 million. Like,
Right.
And it was bought for like 10, and they had it like out listed for like 12.8.
That's crazy.
So, but it's here is radical. You're going to be able to buy so much, and it really depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
The financing will be easy for you to get so many relationships around here, and I got so many good connections that you can. But yeah, 20% down, and you can buy it.
Yeah.
So, $500,000, you put $100,000 down, you're financing $400 at, let's say $500 every $100,000, so you're talking, $2,000 a month is what you're going to spend and don't own that place, and you own it.
It's like a dress.
I know. I'm being serious. But that's when you sit here and talk about
No, I know.
It's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Now, you may have taxes and homeowners association and stuff like that if you're in the right place, but yeah, it's different wouldn't rush into anything. I think you should.
And that's why I'm gonna probably,
Yeah.
you know, like rent for a year and just see how things go.
But mine's about 2,500 downtown, and rent would be around $2,200 a month.
Yeah.
So you're gonna, what you're paid for is what you probably,
Yep.
what your rent would be.
Mortgage equivalent. Yeah.
And so you can test those things out depending on we had a fellow that worked for me, Matt, the actual guy who initially got your contact information. I don't know if he reached out to you or not, but he gave it to me. His family's from Nashville. He just went back this weekend, and I gotta tell you, he misses that. He's a big music freak.
Yeah.
He loves,
Great city.
and it's happening. He's talking about the growth of it and stuff like that. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose him like Nashville because he misses it a lot.
Open an office there.
But he lives
Right around here?
right around here. Now he's moving downtown. He's building a house. That's why I don't think I'm losing it. But he's building a house probably $600,000-$700,000, and he, there's a community down there, but he's got small kids. It's a combination of it.
Yeah.
He's gonna find that it's weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the vibe here, and yeah, that's a whole nother, a separate issue. But definitely trying to figure out what the options are. Like, could I put myself in a position where I could use the money that I have to be able to, write a book and not, work full time doing.
The answer is probably yes, but it depends on your spending.
Right, exactly. And like I said, I've never had the relationship with the investors that that have handled our money because they've had like a mixed. I was never really privy to the discussions of where the money was going, what kind of returns we were getting, and were some of them paying dividends quarterly, were they liquid, illiquid, things like that. And so now I'm making that kind of a focus because I know that that's probably the most important thing is to find, somebody or an organization, a place that can handle, handle my finances and be smartly invested. Give me the options of being able to have some income producing instruments and have some that could be maybe longer term or like a mix, but wouldn't it be great to talk to someone that could give me some type of investments that are income producing so that that can like grow itself, this entity, this money can thrive and live.
Well, we work with companies, and so let's take for example, like what your owner that was doing before. The way they do it is very similar to what Vision Quest Capital does, which is my other arm of it. And there are some publicly traded companies that do this. What they'll do is they'll give you a percentage of return set income, 7-8%. But the liquidity of it is you get to cash it out every quarter if you wanted to. So if you said to me tomorrow, hey, I need out, I have to tell you in advance, I couldn't get you out of it. Right?
Yeah.
Like you'd need 90 days before you get out of it.
Right.
But it would be producing a certain amount of income.
And honestly, that's all I care about. That's all I care about. I'm not gonna. I'm not needing to take it out to do something. So I want to put it someplace.
But you have to be honest
it.
with that. Like that's why I say when I break it up, like the way I would normally break it up for most people would be I try to understand what cash flow is. And let's say I need to supplement it by like $50,000. Well, then I may sit here and turn to you and go, I don't need $1 million or whatever it may be. I need $700,000 to produce 8% return. And so the rest is going to be liquidity if you need it. I'm going to be happy working for you, but if you need it, boom, you have the ability to get access to it. So that's why I start with the cash flow side of it and say there's plenty of different ways you can accumulate and grow wealth.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Right?
Yeah.
The next area is wealth preservation and protection. So to me, I don't know we have a lot of strategies in this one without knowing the dynamics outside of it. So let me give you an example. There are people that are dependent on you in some form or fashion. So
Not anymore.
mom or dad or somebody else that you're sitting there going, if something happened, I want to be able to take from this aspect. That's where the wealth preservation and protection comes into it. The other side of it is if you have business risk and something called protection. So the farm that I own is owned by a South Dakota LLC that's owned, and I transferred. Talk about difference in relationships, but I gave the whole farm to my wife. So where I live right now, she divorces me.
She gets the farm.
She gets to throw me out.
Literally, she gets the farm.
She throws me out, right? Like that's the way it works. So it's one of those things where, I did that as an asset protection strategy because.
Did you put that in like an LLC?
I did.
Interesting.
So I did it as the farm is an LLC and the trust that owns the LLC is the South Dakota. So somebody slips and falls and injures themselves.
Then it's protected. They can't come after you. Yeah, that's smart.
They can't come after my wife. Those are wealth preservation and protection issues, right?
So you don't cover all of
I have small kids. I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm the #1 gross income. I need a wealth preservation and protection to make sure that my income gets supplemented for my family.
Yeah.
This isn't a driver right now, from what I've heard, but it's still stuff that we need to consider.
Yeah, I'm in a different. I mean, like I said, I have stepchildren, but at this point, I'm not responsible financially. So I love them as if they were my own. I feel like they're my own, but I don't.
It's gonna be nice because
I don't have to. I'm not saving for college for them anymore.
So here are the things that I think that we do have that are kind of this wealth preservation and transfer. Especially the dynamics of what you've got going on right now. And I'm less worried about if something happens where you die. I'm more worried about the things that happen to say, you leave here, you get sick, and you're in a home.
Yeah.
And then I'm saying, who pays your mortgage?
Yeah.
Who takes care of your financial situation, especially if you buy a house? Who does all these other things? Who makes medical decisions on your behalf?
Yeah.
Like, who's the person?
Power
You don't
of
want that
attorney,
guy in
yeah.
New York doing it, right? Like, I mean, it's so who's that person that's who's that? And by the way, that maybe it's rude for me to say. Maybe you do want him to, but I mean, it's
That's stuff I'm working on.
But those are the things that I think of through, and it's kind of like, those are the ones before we even sit here, I can tell you, hey, those are things that I'd want to work on. When you come to find our fund, those are the things that we're going to address right away. You get down here, yes, I will. I mean, that's how you when you first came online and you talked about it, was like, how do I...
Estate planning, yeah.
The big thing with the estate plan is, something happened to you, where would your assets go?
Yeah.
Country school,
Who do you want them to go? What's the desire? Do you want to go to mom? Do you want to go to, you don't have any brothers and sisters, so it's like, who do we go to? What's that next? Is it a charity? Is it a passion? Is it something else? So, right now, these are your buckets right here. Cash flow management and wealth accumulation are your two big buckets.
Yeah.
Now, I talked about these things, but these are the two things that we need to figure out.
Yeah.
And once we figure those out, we'll be good to go. A lot of this is driven around what you want lifestyle.
Yeah. I think what you're telling me is what I'm saying and what you're sensing are two different things.
I'm just, I'm the epitome of devil's advocate. I'm basically looking and going, do you really need what you need, like 3 months? So, I have to make this business do a little bit of psychoanalysis, right? So here's my psychoanalysis. You're not leaving from New York to North Carolina and down here, sit in the house and write a book. That ain't happening. Don't believe that at all. So if that's what you're trying to sell me, no, I don't believe it.
Speaking of, I have a date at 5:30.
Look up and have to see that.
I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen at all.
Same at your church again? Yeah.
But
I need God right now.
That's fine.
Yeah, she's like 15 birthday.
Yeah, I hear yes, you have a pretty decent instinct, I can tell. And I think without giving you the gory details, I think you understand the position I'm in. So I appreciate you not totally digging into into like super embarrassing part of
No.
my life.
But my main point on it is that I think that because we need to be successful in helping you, we have to be honest about what we're trying to accomplish. And I think candidly it's good for you unless there's a situation in which it's different than what I've heard, but I think it's good for you to come down here and in the first 6 to 12 months be involved in the company that you've been in and not
and I don't plan on it. These are just like sort of pie in the sky.
And those pie in the sky is what I can turn to you right now and tell you so we can get those done.
Yeah.
So I can give you that comfort that it can be accomplished. But right away, what I would tell you is don't change too much too quick.
Right, and I understand that,
Right?
and I'm not planning on it.
Yeah. So
But
come down here, get in your social routine of what's going on, find your comfort zone, stuff like that. Find out what your sleeping habits are like coming down here. And by the way, they may even be a little bit more in the beginning stages because it's like, hey, this is new. I'm trying a bunch of different things.
Absolutely.
But but I would leaving New York, Raleigh, North Carolina, which is going to be downscale.
Yeah.
To hey, I'm going to be a hobbit in my bedroom writing a book, right? Like I mean that's not what I would do right off the bat.
No, but I like what you're saying in that within the realm of possibility, I can do something and you can help me investment wise where I can produce income, whatever, 8%. That's amazing.
Well, let's just say you have 2. You said go to 2. I don't know if it's 2 or not. $2,000 a year. I mean, tell you right now, it'd be tough for you to spend that. I mean,
that much, yeah.
That much. Like,
what are the instruments that do that return? Is it what?
Depends. You have things like BDCs that can do it.
A what?
BDCs, business development companies.
Business development companies.
Which is more like it's a fancy one. Like again, I call them BDCs because they're not. I don't think they're hedge funds, right? Hedge funds are hedging against something. The BDCs basically borrow people's money. They give a set return for it, and then they invest in restructuring the debt at a larger percentage return. They take what they call the yield spread difference between what they're paying to you versus what they are paying or getting in return.
Okay. So if you did a BDC, is it like a note, like a bond or something, or no?
Well, they only do it as because they can't get wealthy people in unless they do it as an equity play.
It's an equity.
Yeah.
It's an equity. Yeah.
But it's an equity play that behaves like a debt instrument.
Right.
The reason why they do it is for tax reasons. The income comes in the form of a dividend versus in the form of income. Income gets taxed at an income rate. So if you're very wealthy,
like 42%.
you can hit it at 40%. Dividends are between 15 and 20%. So the reason why they set it up that way is it acts like a bond, but they pay it like a dividend. And it's all based on parameters so that they get rich people to put into it. If you turn to an investor and basically say, hey, I'm going to give you an 8% return and it's going to come in the form of income, and they're very wealthy, they're like, wait a minute, stop for just a second. I'm losing 3.2% just in federal right off the bat. 39.6% on federal right off. Here in North Carolina, 7.5% on taxes down here. So I'm at 45% I'm really wealthy before I even start. So in essence, what you want to tell me is you're going to give me a 4% after-tax return. No thanks.
Yeah.
Where if you turn to them and say, I can pay it out in the form of dividend, then it winds up being, well, I'm paying 15% of taxes on dividend, I can manage that, and I got small extra offset investment losses that can go. And
that makes that makes sense because it's not like you're saying like I'm taking your money, I'm investing in Apple stock and like guaranteeing you an 8% return. Like that doesn't make sense.
No.
Okay.
No, they do, like, so BDC, common BDC, means somebody like, by the way, the risk comes into it. They have companies like, you may know some of these in New York, they may have a company like BlackRock in their back pocket.
Yeah,
right?
I know BlackRock.
Yeah. And so BlackRock is pretty famous by using it. So the BDC may come in and say, listen, I got BlackRock money into it, I got your money into it. What we're doing is we're going to loan to Toys R Us.
Yep, to help with their restructuring or something.
Toys R Us would be a risky investment.
Sure.
They're in their restructuring.
Yeah.
But the reason why they link up with BlackRock is BlackRock's got a retail toy division, and it some reason they default, BlackRock will come in and take over the business
And
run
own it, yeah.
Own it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the default maybe 2 or 3%, but they don't really care because if they get the 2 or 3%, they just take the equity of the company and break it off, sell it. And that's
Yeah. Interesting.
Now the way they make money on it is that they give you an 8% return and they're making 20, and you need to know that up front.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take 8, but I mean, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Well, I need you to know in advance,
Yeah.
like the ones that I'm working with right now. I mean, and this is just, if I'm being candid, it's. Gosh, I was gonna say how it is, right?
Yeah.
So take it for what it's worth. I don't know what.
I think we're way beyond that at this point.
I don't know what this. I don't know what the Cindy other was working on, but I can just tell you this: I'm earning a lot more money than a couple $1 million that you have.
Yeah, no,
So the
yeah.
point of the matter is that when they
Yeah.
look at, they're looking, they're like, hey, but I want some of that. They're like, you got like $2 million. Like, we write that out on a monthly distribution. I mean, it's
a
not
rounding
like,
error.
It is. It's a
Yeah.
rounding error. So they. It's kind of like I don't mean this like I used to work for something called S&P Investments, which is a publicly traded company, but when we went in to like try to like convince Jamie Dimon at
Goldman.
Jamie Dimon's at JP Morgan, and he was with Bank One, but he was a big monster guy.
Wasn't he at Goldman? Am I in the wrong people?
He might have been.
Okay, yeah, no.
But he's been at JP Morgan for
Yeah, I'm sorry.
probably like 15 years, 20 years, but he's
I got my Mega Millionaires.
Yeah, he's
mixed up.
He's definitely.
Yeah.
When we went in, I remember going in to sell him, and he was like, "These guys, we're gonna outsource this to SCI." And I'm like, literally, it's a rounding error. We can buy your company.
Yeah.
Like what we produce in a month, you guys produce in a year. We can buy you, and we had engines that were producing $615 million of recurring revenue in a year. And he was like, "We could just buy your company if we wanted to outsource it."
Right.
And it's one of those things where it's like, he's right. It's a bit of a dick move to say, but he's right.
Yeah.
And the truth comes in the other side, and it was just like, hey, you want to partner in. You're like, hey, I want to shop at 20% too. It's like, what are you bringing to the table? BlackRock's bringing hundreds of millions of dollars, and they bring in, something goes wrong, I'll take over. You're bringing in, I got a couple $1 million.
Yeah.
They're going to give you an 8% return. And then that's how they make their money above the
That
line.
makes sense.
Yeah. And that's just it.
No,
is
that
what
makes
it is.
sense. That makes sense.
You don't
Okay.
have the buying power to go above and beyond that. And again, if people tell you other than that, they're blowing smoke up your ass. So just know it for what it is. I mean, whether or not you work with me or anybody else, I'd rather just tell you the way it is.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I appreciate that. Okay.
A lot of BDCs, by the way, you want to stay away from brokers because the way that they convince them is that they have huge commissions on 8%. And we don't do that. We do it only fee-based. So
1%.
It depends on the amount of money that somebody brings in. It could be more or less than 1%. But as average, most of the time, anything below $5 million is like between 1.5% and 1.25% is what we charge.
Okay.
Over $5 million is about 1%. And then up to $10 million, we start rounding down because we're making enough.
Yeah. Okay.
And we want to be competitive.
Okay.
So,
and then they made a change when I was in
but,
recalibrated.
Okay.
So
it really depends on what we're doing for the clients too as well. Like a lot of times we act more personal CFO, so we may charge less for money management, I charge more for a retainer fee. You know, to do, hey, you need a estate plan, we're going to do your estate plan, we're going to do these other things. I will tell you that you're not going to be complex when it comes to your estate plan, so you do not charge a lot of money.
Well, I think at this point I want to figure out a place where I can put this money and have it generate stuff, generate money. You know, I want it, money begets money, right? And that's sort of where I am. That's what I'm looking for.
What did you bring me?
Actually, nothing that nothing that I want to show you at this point.
Why?
I'd rather just email it to you because it was just some thoughts and.
Is it bad or what?
No, it's not bad, but I was just doing some like back of the envelope stuff. But
You want another drink?
no, I actually need to end up going. I'm sorry, I didn't realize how late it was.
No worries. Thanks.
Thank you for the drink. I appreciate it.
Is there anything else that I can do for you right now?
No, I Thank you so much.
You feeling good
This
about this?
actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, I mean, you feel good? You do? Okay. I didn't bring a card, but you have my information. Okay. But I mean, you kind of know my situation. So basically, I'll give you sort of the figures, and that's what I had down. But thank you very much. You know, the salary I make in marketing is not much. It's very low, 6 figures. So it's not. It's not, like I said, it wasn't factored into the equation. I have between what I have and between what I'm getting, the total would be around $2 million. And I'd be making roughly the same here. Probably a little lower because cost of living and negotiating different.
How much are you going to be doing here? About
probably like maybe 110. Roughly. And then, like I said, I'm playing around with the figures of where I want to live, what I want to spend on housing versus other things.
what do you want to spend?
That I'm not sure of right now because it's such a differential. It's so different that I'm trying to get a handle on.
Have you looked at anything?
I've looked at a couple. I think I've looked at some places in what do you call it, below the belt line? In the belt line. Thank you so much. I've seen what I wanted to see what like $1 million could buy, but then I look at other places like I could live, like you said, like super comfortably for 500.
Yeah.
So that's still a jump ball for me. I've got an appointment. A friend of mine is actually introduced me to a broker now. Real estate broker just kind of give me a flavor of what's available. Obviously I could live on my salary here very comfortably. It'd be fine. But no, I could. But
and the thing is that I would tell you is that don't become, again, that's the New York thing that I would tell you is that you're getting hung up on $1 million place versus the experiences that you're going to gain by being able to.
No, exactly.
I mean, go pay $500,000 for one here. You want to spend $1 million, buy $500,000 here and another $300,000 at the beach.
Well, that's actually what I was thinking of doing.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking of doing is getting another property. Yeah.
You buy an awesome place downtown for $500, and you could go show you an awesome place in Emerald Isle, which is beautiful.
Right.
You could buy $300,000 to $500,000 down there, and you get the best of both worlds.
Thank you for saying that's exactly what I was thinking. So I'm not.
Well, the mountains actually is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Asheville might be more expensive, though.
Yeah. I was there in high school, actually.
What?
I was there when I was in high school, and I will never forget it. It's so beautiful. So that's where I am, and I really appreciate this because I didn't get this sort of personal attention before. And I would love to have someone that could work with me to say, yeah, I could find something for you that would generate, some dividends or income or whatever you want to call it, but be able to give me some cash so that I wouldn't have to always worry about, like you said, financial independence.
Depending, I haven't seen what you spend, but based on what you're trying to describe, I wouldn't be worried. I mean, I think it can be accomplished.
Yeah. So this week I'm going to spend some time meeting some potential clients or new clients for work, get a sense of the area, just reacquaint myself. I'll be here, just kind of getting my feet wet and trying to figure out where to go from here. So.
When do you want to reconnect?
Well, I will probably be, I'm coming back to New York on Friday, so maybe in like a week or two. Would that work? Because I just kind of, I'm still in the beginning stages, but this feels okay. Like, it feels good. I don't know what feels to you, but
I think that's a big one, though. You need to make sure that
sort of like your gut, and
let's just keep it slow and keep testing it out.
Okay.
And we'll come up with kind of a plan. But I think it's
I mean, this all sounds like something you could work with, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm good.
All right.
I've enjoyed this time. So.
Me too. It was a pleasure, actually. And
So now we got the date?
yes.
What's the date?
That's the second meeting.
You're not gonna tell me?
Thank you. Have a good one.
I won't.
Okay.
Good seeing you. Take care.
Nice to meet you.
All right, have
Thank
fun,
you very
okay?
much. Yeah, be well. Do you know where the restaurant is?
I do. Yeah. I'm in there.
Okay, all right. Hopefully not being one.
No, don't be a little weird. But go with them, I guess.
I'll go with it, yeah.
Right down here.
Use a personal wine
I know, I love this
collection.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
All right, see you. Take care.
Bye.